Okay, so we have the Masterpiece Chapter 6 and 7 update. So this update is coming out sometime this month, maybe even as early as this Thursday. So Chapter 6, The Divine Knights, and Chapter 7, Apocalypse Generations can now be replayed. If you've played all of Gen 19, The Divine Knights, and Gen 20 and Gen 21, you can start replaying the things in Chapter 6. If you've played G22, G23, and G24, and G25, you can start to replay the things for Chapter 7. And I'm like 75% of the way through like Gen 25 on my main character. I just haven't finished up yet. So you can obtain the C7 reward box and the C6 reward box. So they're new reward boxes for the replays. You can replay a completed generation by clicking the Start Replay button belonging to that generation and chapter in the storyline menu, so same as before. So only one replay can be played through one generation at a time. Okay, so you can only work on one at a time. While replaying a generation, some NPCs may not be available, or it might be difficult to enter or move to certain areas. Upon completion or forfeiting of the replay, NPCs are normally visible again, and you can enter certain areas. You cannot start a replay from the middle of a generation. If you forfeit a replay or start a replay of another generation while a replay is in progress, then all replay progress of the generation will be reset. So they made a lot of changes to this. A big change to this is the number of episodes that can be started per day has been changed from 5 to 7. So now you can do 7 replays a day instead of 5. Because apparently a lot of players were like asking for that. So improvements to existing Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 have been made. So when progressing through a generation in Chapter 6, optional dialogue will be presented when talking to a character outside of the quest progression order, and then completing all the generations in Chapter 6 and 7 will permanently add NPCs in Avalon. After the update, you will need to complete the generations for Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 for the first time, or complete a replay once. Even if you have cleared all previous generations for Chapter 6 and Chapter 7, you must complete a replay for any belonging to the chapter at least once to encounter the NPCs. Depending on the day of the week, the NPCs that are available will split amongst the days. However, they won't appear on Saturday. You cannot meet them during the replay, though. They will appear normally again when the replay is completed or forfeited. In the case of NPCs that can be met in the sanctuary, they will appear or disappear normally only after entering the sanctuary once, even on the specified day of the week. Improvements have been made so that you can present some items to the permanent NPCs you can meet at the entrance of the Tectuin. Travel diary, conversation keywords for some NPCs will be modified or added. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that came out with this. And another thing is we have 20 new BGM themes added to our jukebox for our homestead. So yeah, 20 new songs that we can unlock and play on our homesteads. And when you complete a generation replay for Chapter 6 or Chapter 7, you will receive a Chapter 6 reward box and a Chapter 7 reward box. So if you open these, you can get like these mini gems or these balloons. You have a chance to get these. And then the C6 replay reward box drop list. So there's the typical things for the jukebox. And here's the list of homestead items that you can get. And we can see some of those here. So like there's that statue there. There's that knight statue with a sword. That knight statue with a hammer. There's that stone wall. That altar thing. That crystal, those plants, that grave. So there's a couple of different homestead items that are coming out with this as well. And then like here's the homestead items for the C7 one. Like here's the list. And then you can actually like see the items here. So there's like that dead tree, those pillars, those red crystals in the back, that eye thing, that pillar, that gate, those flowers. So yeah, a lot of changes for now we can finally replay Chapter 6 and 7, and there's a lot of cool things that come out with that.